More than way through battle, I'm right on the saddle, marching towards war. My troops will return home with few little woes. The nation is here, don't you fear. Trust in one another, we will die here. They're on the attack, thrust your shield. Brothers lean into the blow, swing back and strike fear. The days counting ways to entice my troops off the ways. They can fight with might and valor. They can flower off your sad home. These vicious cowards don't have homes. We'll send them back to the pits of hell, where they can fester and dwell upon their loss. The nation is here, don't you fear. Trust in one another, we will die here. They're on the attack, thrust your shield. Brothers lean into the blow, swing back and strike fear. Militia should fall, break the silence with your roar. Strike fear into the hearts of these crows. Leave no feather to fly home. Don't you fear. Trust in one another, we will die here. They're on the attack, thrust your shield. Brothers lean into the blow, swing back and strike fear.
Turn down the music just a little bit. Music on like 35.
finally made it home. I expected to fall with my brothers. Time will pass, but these wounds will never heal. Our kingdom will forget, like a leaf in the wind. Today's my heart sinks for the blood on the battlefield. Annihilation, proclamation, free on the will of kings. Rituals and acts of war, sorcerers scripted these fates. Annihilation, proclamation, free on the will of kings. Rituals and acts of war, sorcerers scripted these fates. Tending to the harvest like any day. I was a child when they came through. A debt was owed, little did I know. I saw my mother's cries as my father's life was claimed. Then they took her and rode off into the night. Their leader's face burned into my soul.
Son of a bitch.
Years went by, I learned how to fight. The rage inside festering like a monster, wanting to strike. Time but a cruel master with my life. I still hear my mother's tears, I still see my father's lifeless eyes. I was just a farmer's son, and then my life went right. I spent years alone, training day and night. No angels, no gods or lords came to my village's aid. I am still haunted by that night's face. I became a mercenary, a swordsman to hire. One day I'll find that face. I spent years alone, training day and night. No angels, no gods or lords came to my village's aid. I am still haunted by that night's face. I became a mercenary, a swordsman to hire. One day I'll find that face. 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 One taste, one taste. journey I see similar fates. Time is unkind to those who are blind. Due to those evil nights, my fate was sealed. I spent the years in service, fine-tuning my love for each human.
Yes.
I'm making faster and suffering my strikes. Years went by, still where the night starts to exist. All the angels in the sky, just demons in disguise. I obtain knowledge of my mother's demise. Dreams of my father still haunt me. My blood is boiling like a hungry sea. I now know where these nights live and breathe. Years went by, still where the night starts don't exist. All the angels in the sky, just demons in disguise. Just demons in disguise. My world they fell hard. Days passing between claims of justice. One last man, one more day.
And 2 new
My
tricks.
parents' fate
Oh, this
still
one's
haunts
easy.
me. I finally stand before this man. I spent ages of my life following because I'm damned. Here I stand on his grave, walk through the time that passed me by. I know better than the wicked knights I slay. Years went by, still where the night starts don't exist. All the angels in the sky, just demons in disguise. I've wasted my time. A blanket I've never known. Always looking for my next gulp of mead, whiskey and wine. Splendid is the coin if you can fight. I feel no need to cast roots. I have no need to build a home. All I ever do is roam. I feel free. Village to village, I roam free. I'm not a man of faith, I'm not a man of love. I'm a swordsman who's on the hunt. There's been times I've lost, times I've won. I've rescued villages from the blight under the sun, from monsters that crawled out of the moon. These swords on my back is what gets me to noon. From village to village, I roam free. From village to village, I roam free. I'm not
I love this game, dude. This game's great. There's a lot of maps, a lot of areas you can snowboard at. They updated the game last year. This is a brand new area they added. Like, I love this game. I think it's definitely worth it. You can also do multiplayer. You can do like a join private room, and then you just, you know, that's your password for the people you want to enter. It's if you ever played Skate, it's like the black hand control scheme. So your left triggers a certain set of grabs, your right triggers a certain set of grabs, and then that direction with the right stick. Top, bottom, left, right, corner. And then certain tricks you have to do dual. You have to press both bumpers. This is what I meant to say, bumpers. So like each set of bumpers is a certain like set of grabs. Like, this game's, it's still pretty archaic with like some of the crazy shit you can do, but you can tell they tried to make it a little bit simulated, but you can still do some wild shit. And then every year around winter time, they kind of have like competitions for the community. Last year, and I think the year before, they actually did a, they had a couple of professional snowboarders as judges, and then people sent in their clips, and their, like, session runs, and then they picked the best ones, and then those people would compete live, in-game. Yeah, the new skate's pretty dope. I like it. It took me a little to get used to because the physics aren't exactly the same, but it's pretty damn well close. I crashing and shit. How you been, man? I'm playing this on my computer. I'm doing the wrong trick. Whoops. A few of us would die. This is the end. We fought for our lives. I'm wondering why the score wasn't as big as it should have been. The gates of hell shows our village. And we were cursed to die. Yep, I'm using my console controller. I have a third-party dongle that I can use with my PS4 controller. You can use an official 360 controller, wireless or wired. I know they do make official Microsoft dongles for the controllers, unless you have a motherboard that is Bluetooth wireless that can detect the controller, then it'll just sync that way. But certain games on Steam, I actually can just use my USB into my controller and it's good to go. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Oh fuck.
For every dozen monsters slaughtered, a few of us would die. This is the end.
You could have really abused this game with the points too. If you land in manual right, basically no slide or tail slide, you can really abuse the shit. Yeah, I think you'll like it. It's definitely a fun game. With the winter sale that's coming on Steam, or it might even be on Game Pass, depending on how you game on the computer. Because I think this is $30 right now. But the winter sale, when that comes, I imagine this will be pretty cheap. That's how I got this game quite a few years back. It was during the winter sale. Oh, Wipeout. Multiplayer for this game is pretty fun too. It's just kind of like your standard little competition runs. There is like story missions to basically just learn the courses. You can also unlocks for like clothes, snowboards and stuff. Some of them are kind of challenging near the end. A couple of them get a little wild.
The smoke, float the valley dry. Rope away, rang out through the night. Tales of screams, echoing from where we lie.
Oh yeah, it's still pretty basic, but it does kind of have a little bit of I don't want to say a learning curve, but there's a little bit of training wheels in the beginning, and then kind of once you're used to the tricks and the physics, you're pretty much just rocking and rolling.
On our journey to the air taste of death, signs of evil scorch the plains, and eerie silence blanketed the campaign. Villages on the sun's break, iron in the air.
I don't know how I landed that.
The closer we got, the more our hearts sank. When fates happened here.
There's also this too.
Noblemen, wenches, and wives.
Well, I kind of fucked that up.
One little remained of them laid like scraps for hounds. They laid down fighting for their lives.
There we go. So this guy can help you travel around. You just hit both bumpers when you're not doing tricks. He'll pop out, you grab onto the rope, and then you use the left stick to control the snowmobile. So you can kind of go back up the hills. Let's say this spot right here, I wanted to use as like a starting point. I would just hit triangle or Y, and then hit X or square to spawn here. And that would be my new spawn point. Until I change locations, or I would do a new competition. So now, when I go to reset, I just teleport right back here. I do like that feature, it's pretty nice. Whoops. No, I don't want the pipe on the top. I screwed that up. There we go. This area is the area they added last year. It was free. I was like, oh shit.
Fun.
Oof. I should have crashed there. But I crashed there. Yup. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's definitely basic in that regard, which is nice.
fall from sin. Unknown shadows of the day, sinister plots, open graves. Why is it always the same? Different devils, innocent slain. We march on to fulfill retribution. We march on to reclaim. We've seen the sun cast life upon the valley. We've seen the moon grant omens on nights cursed. If there's one thing I know, innocence hardly gets rest. Time and time again, we see villagers fall from sin. Unknown shadows of the day.
Yeah, pretty much. Right up the stomach's not. That's a new one.
Is it always the same?
Gonna make that a trend.
We march on to
Call it the black and blue.
we march on to reclaim.
5-0.
This for too long.
Oh shit.
For the first time in years,
Let me show you.
something seems truly wrong.
Where's the
Coming of the dawn is at hand. We must be prepared to see our end. If we can set a place before the coming days, maybe our kingdom will
There's a
remain.
teleport here and there's a champion.
Time and time again, we see
This spot's
villages
pretty
fall
nice.
from sin. Unknown shadows of the day, sinister plots, open graves. Why is it always the same? Different devils, innocent slain. We march on to fulfill retribution. We march on to reclaim. We have no member of this corpse alive, for they have sacrificed villages for their vile lord alive.
This is how I do one run, because the checkpoint thing ends like right here. And when I went left and then rotated back over this way, that's how I finished the run. That's how I milk more points out of it. It's an extremely cheeky thing to do, but it can be done.
Shadows of the day, sinister plots, open graves. Why is it always the same? Different devils,
Yep.
innocent slain.
Some of these spots you get some serious air.
Retribution, we march on to reclaim.
And then I fucked up and ate shit on that one. I'm surprised nobody else is doing this one. Usually this one gets pretty popular.
I've done this for too long. For the first time in years, something seems truly wrong. If there's one dawn is at hand. I've done this for too long, and for the first time in years, something seems truly wrong. A feeling of the dawn is at hand. Leave no member of this court alive, for they have sacrificed villages for the vile lord of lies. I may tell no tale of our deeds, but innocent lives will continue to shine. Time and time again, we see villages fall from sin. Unknown shadows of the day, sinister plots, open graves. Reflection, deception, perception, elements of time, all eluding the values of life. What would have been, what should have been, how am I still alive? Like
Yeah, you're kind of always in a public lobby, but the way it works. So since I'm in like a multiplayer combat session right now, you kind of phase in, phase out. So as soon as this like little multiplayer challenge ends, I'm kind of back to my own little layer, if that makes sense to you. And then when you go to like queue up for the multiplayer stuff, everyone kind of syncs together and then we're layered together for a short amount of time. Now you can do a private lobby if you want.
Like a drop in the ocean, brothers will be held dear. For
set it to private.
lives I spend my time traveling roads.
But in order to do like some of the multiplayer stuff like what I'm doing right now, you have to be in public mode.
Somewhere along the line, God shows me.
But when you're doing challenges, and especially like the story mode stuff, you're by yourself.
And I had none left to spare. Memento mori, I always told myself I would die. Whether on the battlefield or in an orchard, I live by my sword and risk fate every time.
I haven't come across anybody who griefs in this game or does anything really shitty. Everyone's pretty much just chill, shredding, doing their thing. Occasionally people come together to do the multiplayer challenges.
This brew I drink to my brothers buried, not at home. In our days, we've witnessed wrongs and rights, kings and queens sacrificing villages. May tomorrow bring peace for those frozen in time. Reflection, deception, perception, elements of time, all eluding the values of life. What would have been? What should have been? How am I still alive?
I'll have to reshred and do it that way.
Reflecting on this life I've lived, this brew I drink to my brothers buried, not at home. In our days we've witnessed wrongs and rights, kings and queens sacrificing villages. May tomorrow bring peace for those frozen in time.
But yeah, if you like Skate and the way that plays, I think you'll definitely like Shredders.
Deception, perception, elements of time, all eluding the values of life.
Sometimes the game will get a little wonky
How
though.
am I still alive?
So, it's random. It's very random and it doesn't happen often. But sometimes if you're like shredding, sometimes you'll get... If you remember Skyrim, how those giants would hit you and you would like get stuck into the ground and then you would shoot out across the world? That can happen in this game. So like you'll be shredding, all of a sudden you'll get sucked into the snow and then you'll shoot out and go like 45 million miles an hour. It gets pretty hilarious. But if you're in the middle of a line or a challenge, it can be a little annoying. Since they updated it probably 6-7 months ago, it doesn't really happen that often anymore. But once in a great blue moon, it might, if I'm getting too ridiculous with the tricks and trying to do the slides, not paying attention to how I'm landing. Thanks. Yeah. Well, yeah, that was part of the thing with making the music. I wanted to have my own music, so if I streamed and when I streamed, I could have that play in the background and not have to worry about copyrights. And plus, since it's my own shit, people can just go check it out in the playlist if they like it or not. I also thought about making like, yeah, see, they kind of did it there for a second. I also thought about making some songs and just trying to send them out to studios. And maybe studios who do kind of like AI stuff. Like, look, this is what I did. What do you think? You want to use it? Make it. I gotta look into that and see what kind of studios would accept stuff like that. Yeah, the glitches really aren't that bad. They don't happen that often. But yeah, I would say wait for a sale. Especially with the winter sale coming. Like if you're gonna get it on a computer, Steam always has like the winter sale. I'm trying to remember, because right now they're doing the autumn sale. I didn't see this on the list for the autumn sale, but the winter sale, it should be on sale. Usually that's all the winter-based stuff is. I'm thinking about it because it's MP3 files, and sending that through an email wouldn't be bad at all. There's quite a few people on this one. So I fucked up. Holy shit, I landed that.
Never wavering when we were overdue. On the call, he did rise to lend aid in troubling times. He took his army and rode to set things right, leaving us with those who were to do right.
Land it, land it, land it, land it. Oh my gosh.
We lived through famine. When bandits rose, he was there like a hammer. A king, a brother, a friend of all the men. Saw us through our darkest days. Raise our cups for you. Messages of hope brought tears to his eyes. And anger in
Damn, that guy got 100,000.
where he lies. The day he rode back to our realm was the day those treacherous lords lost their renown. In his stead, they became wicked and crazed. Upon rumbles of our king's return, they started to cower. Our king brought justice once he learned. Our taxes returned.
I definitely agree. Yeah, there's definitely a market, especially with people who are trying to create something that's good instead of just like typical. Holy shit. I will say that too. I have seen some covers people are doing with AI, and some of them are pretty wild. Like a Rastafarian Slipknot or a Rastafarian fucking Metallica. Some of that's actually pretty good. I saw some of that and I was like, that's fucking wild.
From the shadows many skewed, their presence never bothered you. One of the few true kings who will be missed.
Oh yeah, you can find some of that shit on YouTube. Just type in a band AI cover and you can find almost any kind of genre someone has done. Like Rastafarian, 1950s, 1960s, ragtime.
Don't you fear? Trust in one another, we will die here. They're on the attack, thrust your shield. Brothers lean into the blow, swing back and strike fear. I've spent the days counting ways to entice my troops off the ways. They can fight with might and valor, they can flower off your sad home. These vicious cowards don't have homes, we'll send them back to the pits of hell, where they can fester and dwell upon their loss. The nation is here, don't you fear. Trust in one another, we will die here. They're on the attack, thrust your shield. Brothers lean into the blow, swing back and strike fear.
Oh, this one. Oh shit, I suck on this one. Probably one of my worst courses. I'm really bad on this one.
This militia should fall. Break the silence with your roar. Strike fear into the hearts of these crows. Leave no feather to fly home.
Surprisingly, we got that much shit.
Don't you fear. Trust in one another, we will die here. They're on the attack, thrust your shield. Brothers lean into the blow, swing back and strike fear.
face
I
first.
expected to fall with my brothers. Time will pass, but these wounds will never heal. Our kingdom will forget, like a leaf in the wind. Today's my heart sinks for the blood on the battlefield. Annihilation, proclamation, beyond the will of kings. Rituals and acts of war, sorcerers scripted these fates. Annihilation, proclamations, beyond the will
I should
of
probably call it
kings.
here soon too myself.
Rituals and acts of war, sorcerers scripted
Do a
these
couple more
fates.
runs. Or maybe like another song or two, and then I'll probably call it and go to bed.
Tending to the harvest like every day. I was a child when they came through. The debt was owed. Little did I know. I saw my mother's cries as my father's life was claimed. Then they took her and rode off into the night. The leader's face burned into my soul.
Damn, I keep eating shit on that turn.
Years went by, I learned how to fight. The rage inside festering like a monster, wanting to strike. Time but a cruel master with my life. I still hear my mother's tears, I still see my father's lifeless eyes. I was just a farmer's son, and then my life went right. I spent years alone, training day and night. No angels, no gods or lords came to my village's aid. I am still haunted by that night's face. I became a mercenary, a swordsman to hire. One day I'll find that face. I spent years alone, training day and night. No angels, no gods or lords came to my village's aid. I am still haunted by that night's face. I became a mercenary, a swordsman to hire. One day I'll find that face. 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 One taste, one taste. my journey I see similar fates. Time is unkind to those who are blind. Due to those evil nights, my fate was sealed. I spent the years in service, fine-tuning my flows. For each year past, I'm making faster and sharper in my strides. Years went by, still where the night suns don't exist. All the angels in the sky, just demons in disguise. I obtained knowledge of my mother's demise. Dreams of my father still haunt me. My blood is boiling like a hungry sea. I now know where these nights live and breathe. Years went by, still where the night suns don't exist. All the angels in the sky, just demons in disguise. Just demons in disguise. One by one they fell hard. Days passing between claims of justice. One last man, one more day. My parents' fate still haunts me. I finally stand before this man. I spent ages of my life following because I'm damned. Here I stand on his grave, walk through the time that passed me by. I know better than the wicked nights I slay. Years went by, still where the night suns don't exist. All the angels in the sky, just demons in disguise. I've wasted my time. I'm a swordsman who's on the hunt. I exist alone, it keeps me whole. Warmth is a blanket I've never known. Always looking for my next gulp of mead, whiskey and wine. Splendid is the coin if you can fight. I feel no need to cast roots, I have no need to build a home. All I ever do is roam, I feel free. From village to village, I roam free. I'm not a man of faith, I'm not a man of love. I'm a swordsman who's on the hunt. There's been times I've lost, times I've won. I've rescued villages from the blight under the sun, from monsters that crawled out of the moon. These swords on my back is what gets me to noon. From village to village, I roam free. From village to village, I roam free. I'm not times are tough and the coin's dry. If the harvest has been cursed and this crop is light, don't fret what God are fair and right. I prefer to see meaning and love. I've lived a life of love. It's not the monsters that scare me, it's the humans I don't love. It's the lords and kings who make me fear of times. From village to village I roam free. From village to village I roam free. I'm not a man of faith, I'm not a man of love. I'm a swordsman who's on the hunt.
Get the fuck out of here. It let me continue to trick. Yo, that's some bullshit. I can't believe it just let me do that. That's a crash right into it. Alright, I think I'll get off after this course ends. Just like 3 minutes.
We heard the screams echo from the fields. Gathering weapons we ran. The sun turned cold, the moon didn't bleed. Quickly the children were grabbed to leave. Abandoned us on these cries. Only time will tell if our children got out. Silence molded the air. For a village of peasants, we fought well. As these creatures rise, we fought to the end. We'll see each other once again. We fought well, we fought to the end. We'll see each other once again. With pitchforks, swords, torches and knives, we defended our lives. For every dozen monsters slaughtered, a few of us would die. This is the end. We fought for our lives. The gates of hell chose our village, and we were cursed to die. We fought well, we fought to the end. We'll see
game. Alright. This is what I'm going to call it. Until next time, catch y'all later.
Pitchforks, swords, torches, and knives, we defended our lives. For every dozen monsters slaughtered, a few of us would die. This is the end.